So I have 4 children, and they're all so great and amazing. 3 are older, and then I have quite a gap to my son. And he's got this imagination that is the best I've ever seen. And he really wants to be a dragon.
Magic dragon?
A magic, yeah. He wants to fly. That's his biggest thing. He wants to fly. But what do I say to him when he says, Mom, I want to fly, and I'm never going to fly? And he's only 5. What do I say? How do I incorporate law of attraction to children, setting their boundaries, but allowing them to want anything that they want without expecting disappointment? How am I going to tell him he's not going to turn into a dragon? Sprout wings.
It's a really good question, isn't it? How do I stop facing reality? You could ask him what it feels like. So what is it about flying? Ask your little one, what is it? What does that feel like? Why do you want to fly? What does that feel like? What do you think he'd say? Have you asked him that?
I have.
What does he say?
He just wants to be able to see everything.
So perspective is great. He wants to see. We would ask him questions like, you have eyes. Do you use them all the time? He would probably say, yes. Do you look around everywhere? Yeah, I look as much as I can. Do you have dreams? Does he have dreams?
What?
Do you see in your dreams? Yeah. Are your eyes open or closed? Mm-hmm. Oh, so you're seeing with your eyes closed. Do you ever fly in your dreams? One thing is sure, when you feel the disappointment about what you can't do, it can't come to you in all the ways that it can come to you. So you want to encourage him to take flight in all the ways. You don't want him jumping off cliffs, and he's wise enough not to do that. But there is no logical reason to be in a physical body and feel disappointed about anything about being in a physical body. Do not encourage him or yourselves to look for limitations when there are so many win. What does exhilaration feel like anyway? Do you know what it feels like when you've practiced a better feeling and a better feeling and a better feeling, and you are in control of the way you feel much of the time, and you're in sync with your inner being who gives you an idea and then dovetails with another and it dovetails with another, and you enter into a conversation where the conversation goes places that it has never been before, and you feel invincible and they do too, and you're co-creating together. You feel like you're flying. Maybe not the literal version of it, but you can feel that energy. It's energy that is soaring. It's not flapping your wings around. It's a state of being. Esther remembers the week that she felt the first impulse of us to flow through her. Jerry and Esther lived on a golf course in Ahwatukee, Arizona, which is a suburb of Phoenix. And they'd chosen this apartment because it was on a golf course, and they really liked the way it looked and the way it smelled, the way it felt. They picked their unit when it was still under construction. They climbed the construction ladder to check out the view. And so now they're in this place, and Esther is connected to us in a strong way really early on in her experience. And she went to sleep one night and left her body and flew right out the window. And she flew low to the ground where she could smell the grass. The fragrance of it beyond anything that she'd ever smelled with her nose that was still in bed. Close to the water, under the bridges, all over the golf course, and then back into bed. Night after night, took those night flights. And she's explaining them to Jerry, the beauty and the wonder and the feeling of them. And Jerry said, why do you think you're flying? And Esther said, because I think I finally feel the freedom to do anything like that. And Jerry said, why do you think you're just hovering around the golf course? And Esther said, I don't want to get too far away from you. That's what he said. But it was true. She couldn't go beyond. She'd heard those stories. You get out there too far, if there's not a silver cord attached to you, you might just fly off into oblivion. In other words, nobody lets themselves do something beyond what their current beliefs that are active are about. But you get the gist of what we're telling you. And isn't it interesting? It comes up a lot as we talk about your ability to be or do or have anything. And it's often that somebody points out something that they can't find the logic in. And so that's why we ask you the question, each of you, we asked you this question. What is it that you want? What is it that you're interested in? What is it that you would like to experience, that you want to feel, that you are depriving yourself of by arguing for some limitation? We promise you that there is flight available to your son far beyond anything that any dragon has ever flown. And we're talking about literal flight. We're talking about flight. Anybody who is on planet Earth who says, I can't fly, is not telling the truth, and they're not looking around. A lot of reasons that people want to fly is for that little reason that you picked out. Want to show off. Want to be special. Want to do what others can't do. Well, that's going to get you nowhere. You don't fly to show off. You fly because you want to fly.